Hello and welcome back to yet another video. I'm your host Feva Shali and this is Grateful Planet. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome to this channel. We are happy to have you. You will not be disappointed with all the content that is there for you. Today's video is something really special because I will be introducing a new series moving forward that we are going to be discussing as we go along in this channel, and that series is titled The Things You Should Never Feel Guilty About. And again, this is like an open invitation to you guys that you can agree or disagree with me in the comment section down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts and views regarding this and telling me if you feel these are things we should not indeed feel guilty about, or you believe these are things that no, sometimes you should feel guilty about them. So before we start on this series, I'd like to just comment on something. Feeling guilty is actually human nature. We all feel guilty from time to time, and that's really acceptable, especially when you've done something wrong. That's when you have that feeling of guilt and all that stuff, right? And it's definitely human nature. That's acceptable. When you've done something wrong and you feel guilty about it, that's very acceptable because it's simply your conscience telling you that what you did is not right. Having a guilty conscience, it brings out your humane side and simply tells you how you should act in relations to others. It simply shows you're a compassionate person when it comes to relating with other people. That being said, there's, however, some things that you should never feel guilty about, and I feel like it's been swept under the rug because sometimes you're told don't act this way. Society dictates how you should act and how you should feel and how you should react, and being guilty is a feeling. So with all that said, let's get right into this video. What are these things that we should not feel guilty about? I will mention 5 things in this video, and in the coming videos, in the coming episodes in this same series, things you should not feel guilty about, I will be sharing more tips and more points. The 5 things that you should not feel guilty about. Number 1 is setting a boundary. What is a boundary? And boundaries have a very negative rap to it, because when you come to someone and tell them, oh, I have a boundary, or don't do that, you've crossed my boundary, that means something negative to some people. They feel like, oh, this person thinks they are better than us. I'd like to appeal to you. Having boundaries means that you're a very self-aware person, that you will not stand for certain things, and if someone crosses those boundaries, then they'll have to deal with you, or they'll have to deal with the consequences. So having boundaries is something really, really important to have. Boundaries are aimed to protect you as a person, like your well-being, how you're supposed to feel. So set those boundaries. Know what you like and what you don't like. Some people feel guilty for setting boundaries. Like, you should not feel guilty for setting healthy boundaries, things that are going to help you. So boundaries are very important. I will create a video on boundaries, how to set boundaries and how to accept boundaries, because it's a two-way thing. It's not that only you set boundaries and you expect people to respect them, but you should also respect people's boundaries. You get, for a very healthy relationship. That's what I can say. Boundaries should be healthy as well. Also remember, if people respect your boundaries, those are your people, because if someone doesn't respect your boundaries and keeps crossing them every time, you tell them you don't like something, they keep doing it to you. You tell them to stop doing something to you. You tell them what you want, how you want to be treated in the case of a relationship or something. They still don't do it. Like they don't even try, because people are not perfect, but they don't try. Then, my friend, that's not the person for you, because if they keep on doing things that they know will hurt you, crossing your boundaries every time, why would you keep them around? You get my point? So boundaries are important, and you should never feel guilty for setting boundaries. Healthy boundaries. They protect you and help you become even a better human being. The second thing is saying no. Guys, if you know you do not like doing something, why say yes to it? Why feel guilty and then say yes to it just because you don't want to make the other person feel bad? Then you are doing it at the expense of your own well-being and your own happiness. This goes hand in hand with the first point, setting boundaries. Saying no actually protects you. Is actually like your protector, saying no, to things that are not for you, things that you genuinely don't want to do. Some people can't really say that word, N-O, just 2 words. It's very hard for some people to say. They're just yes men. Yes. Every time, do this, yes. You don't want to do it, but you say yes. You have to say no to things that you do not like, and if it's something you like, by all means, yes to that, not to say that there's no exceptions. There is exceptions, in terms of, like, let's say when you're dating someone or in relationships where you're close with someone and they ask you for a small favor and it's gonna inconvenience you in some way. Just, there's some things you can actually reconsider and say yes to them. But there are some things you already know which things. I cannot mention all of them. If you don't want to do it, no will protect you. Just know how this person will take it is up to them. Sometimes you cannot control how people will take what you have to say, and you have to also realize that not everyone will like you, even when you say yes. And if you're a yes man, if you're someone who keeps on just saying yes, what is a yes man? I've said it a lot. A yes man is someone who basically just keeps on saying yes to everything. They don't even think twice if someone just tells them do this, yes. They don't even think of their inconvenience and things like that. If they have priorities, if they have things they have to do. So say no, protect yourself. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty about saying no. And if this person is truly your friend, they will understand it. If they don't understand it, then you already know what's up. That is the second thing that you should not feel guilty about, saying no. And it has also so many benefits, guys. Trust me. The next thing is wanting time alone. Whether you are an introvert, whether you are an extrovert, sometimes you just need that time and space to just think and just clear your head and just be by yourself alone. And if people get that, then those people are the right people for you, because you really need some time to unwind. The world is full of noise and a lot of things going on at the same time: technology, work, school, family, friends. So just getting that time to spend time by yourself, that should never make you feel guilty. I have so much to say about this topic, because I am an introvert. I like spending most of my time by myself, with God, with my special person, definitely my husband. But most of the times I spend my time alone, and my close friends know this and they understand this, and they give me the space that I need, and they actually respect this, So never feel guilty of spending time alone. Whether you're which personality type, you definitely need that time and space to just breathe and figure things out. So when you need your space and you tell someone you need your space and they do not get it, I don't know if that's the person for you. Again, I say, because you have the right to have your space. You have the right to spend time alone. There's so much benefits of spending time alone, and don't ever feel guilty for spending time alone. Just doing the things you like. Even if you have a partner, I thank God that my partner is mature enough and understands my need for space. Even though I like spending time with him all the time, every time, sometimes I just want my space, just to think clearly and all that, and he gives me that when I need it. So having people who are mature enough to understand that you need your time alone when you do, that is good. And also don't feel guilty spending time alone, just you by yourself, not in relation to other people. Like let's say you have two options: either go out with friends or stay home and watch your movie. Don't feel guilty if you choose staying home and watching your movie. Don't feel guilty about that, because it's what you want to do, and it's your life and you decide what to do. So more about spending time alone, a whole video on that, I have it for you guys. I will definitely share in the coming videos as well. Never feel guilty about wanting to spend time alone, even if it's alone from family, alone from friends, alone from colleagues. It's your right. You have the right to spend time alone, and if you communicate that to people and they do not understand it, then that's on them, guys. You should not feel guilty about that. I understand the need of being with people and all that, but if you feel that need to just be by yourself and communicate it in a healthy way to people, they have to understand it. They need to understand it. If they do not, then I don't know what to say about that. That's what's up. The next thing that you should not feel guilty about is putting your needs first sometimes. So why the sometimes? Because like I said, guys, sometimes you have to reconsider some things. Sometimes you have to meet someone halfway. There's a word I'm looking for. It's not sacrifice. We'll find it as we go. But yeah, sometimes you have to. There are some people who put their needs very way below. These are the people I'm talking to. Those who like to put their needs below others. They put others' needs above themselves. Even it affects their well-being. Those are the ones I'm actually talking to in this point, because there's some things, guys. I know it's good to put others' needs before you. We are taught that religiously, morally. It's good to do that, to be understanding of other people's needs and accommodating of other people's needs, because that shows you're a nice human being. That shows you're a compassionate and passionate and empathetic human being. However, you should also look at your own self, because how can you serve from an empty cup? You will just run yourself dry and become in negative moods. You can even become, God forbid, depressed about this. So understand what your needs are and what needs should be met first in your life. There are some places you can reconsider putting the needs of others above your own, but there's others that you need to put yours first, especially those that affect your well-being. So needs are different from different people. Relationships are different in different people. So I cannot tell you what my needs are and what your needs are. So you just have to sit down and ask yourself, have I been putting people's needs above my own that affects my own well-being? And if I'm doing this, how should I stop it? And don't feel guilty about putting your needs above others. I feel like these points are also describing each other. So yes, you let me know, what do you think? Because I feel like the sweet spot is when you just know when to stop putting people's needs above your own and when you should put your needs above others. That's the healthy spot. That's the healthy boundary, if you can say. Put your needs first. Make sure you are taken care of first. Not to say you should be a selfish individual and, just don't care about other people's needs. Not at all. Just take care of your well-being, and then you can take care of others. That way you can be able to take care of others well enough, because if you take care of yourself, you'll be in a very better position, healthier position to even be able to take care of others. It's just simple like that. So I don't know if I've driven the point home here, but I feel like I have. The next thing that you should never feel guilty about is taking time to do absolutely nothing. We are programmed by everything we see, society, work culture, etc., school culture, that we should always be, rushing. You should not even have time to just breathe and rest and relax. Again, this is also another video I'm going to share with you guys in the coming videos, this topic of rest and why it's important, because without rest you will burn out, guys. So every time you feel like you have that need of doing something, like even if you rest, you feel guilty for resting. Surely, why? Rest is part of productivity. You can't always be productive. You're not a machine, guys. You need rest. You need to relax and unwind. Think about when you are a kid. You could just, play the whole day. Hours will go. We are not kids, yes. But just imagine that joy you felt, that happiness, relaxation. So what I'm trying to appeal to you is that you should never feel guilty. If you have time to spare, you can relax and kick back. In fact, in your schedules, set aside specific times for doing nothing. That's what I do in every day, at least, because I know each day I have so much to do, and sometimes I just need that time to just breathe. If you have a nice movie, if you have nice music, whatever you like to do, taking walks, sunbasking, swimming, your hobbies, whatever, have time for that. Again, we are different people. You might not have that each day, but even taking 10 minutes each day to just relax and not think about life and everything and what everything is rushing. Just connect with your maker, with God. That's a good time to do it. Just doing nothing. It's allowed. It's beautiful. Relax. Rest is part of productivity, actually, because if you do not give your body the rest it needs, if you do not give your mind, your brain the rest it needs, it will demand that rest from you when it's too late. I don't want to sound negative or whatever, but think about it. So actually, never feel guilty about wanting to rest. Never feel guilty about doing nothing sometimes. And also on this topic of productivity, guys, there's some days that you are more productive than others. That some days you can give it 100%, some days you can only give 20%, and that's fine. However you show up and do what the best you can do and be at peace with that. This is the end of the video, and I'm glad you watched until here. I don't know if what I've said relates to you. If it does, let me know down below in the comment section. Do you believe these are things that you should not feel guilty about? And if you feel like you're interested in this series, the conversation of this series, stay tuned, because we'll have so much more to talk about in the future in regards to this same topic, things you should never feel guilty about. So yes, guys, let me know in the comment section if there's things that relate to you, if things that you do not agree with. Let's debate, let's keep it respectful down below, comment section. I always like listening to you guys, your comments, etc. Yeah, love it. Other than that, stay blessed, buy the best. God bless you all and take care. Cheers.